Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is an explanation of the Jawf letters and the practice of how they're pronounced. So, also the Harakaat letters, we're going to practice those. And we're going to practice also saying the letters Waw and Ya with their similar Haraka. Okay, first of all, we're going to just understand how we're gonna say the Jawf letters properly. Look, you have, these are the teeth right here, teeth. Okay, that's the that would be where the lips are. Okay, this is inside the mouth, the top of the mouth, the upper palate. There's the bottom of the mouth. There's now the throat. Okay, now as you can see, there's a lot of empty space. All of this is empty space, and we know that there are vocal cords over here. Okay, and we use them to vibrate and make voice. So when we're saying the haraka, we're saying it like this. And you should be able to hear it very, very clearly. And when you do this, it should vibrate like this. Not like this. It shouldn't be very weak, basically. It should be strong. Your vibration should feel strong. Okay, from over there. Okay. Then that vibration needs to come through here. Okay. And it needs to affect all of the air particles that are here inside the mouth and the throat. You need to hit them and vibrate them. What you don't want to do is vibrate anything else other than the air. If you, for example, if you might do it for the tongue. The tongue is here. Okay. And some people, when they're saying what they do is they may vibrate the vocal cords and make sound, but that sound hits this back of the tongue or the root of the tongue. Okay, and it makes the sound not from the Jawf. It makes it mixed with the root of the tongue, like or even the epiglottis, which is behind the tongue. The epiglottis would be here. Okay, so the epiglottis would be here, just behind the tongue, and not touching the tongue, by the way. That's a bit of a mistake. Shouldn't touch the tongue. It's behind the tongue, and sometimes people put pressure over here. So we go So that is the Jawf mixed with Ayn. Alhamdu, right? Tha, ta, tha, not tha. That is mixed with the epiglottis. You don't want to do that. You want to say you can hear the vibration of the air. All of this is vibrating. Okay. That's the pressure. Well, the pressure is on the air. Okay. Now I'll practice saying Fatha, from the Jawf, because that is the same place as the Jawf, and lengthening with the Alif. That's what you want to first practice. From the Jawf. Then you shorten it and say okay. Then practice Kasra and lengthening with Kasra. So this one would be E, 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 E. Note that the pressure is not in there. empty space. The air particles are vibrating. Nothing else is vibrating. Then you have E, 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 right? Then next you want to do Dhamma. Dhamma, okay. And lengthening Dhamma with Wow. So you have oo, 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 and oo, oo, oo from the Jove. Okay, that's one thing to practice. Then, after these things, after you practice these a few times, you need to send the videos in to me and we'll go through them to the thousands. And then we will do the next part, which is the similar harakat with the similar letter. And this is interesting. This is where we're talking about doing Waw with Dhamma and even lengthening it, or Ya with Kasra and even lengthening it. You need to note that there are different sounds with different pressure points, but the place of the tongue is basically the same, or the lips. So if you've got, for example, you've got Waw. Oops, that's too big. You have Waw. Yes. Waw with, and let's put Ya first, and Ya. Now Waw is with what? With Dhamma. And Ya is with Kasra. Now, how do you practice this? How do you do these two? First, for Waw, if you remember, we said that the Waw, that the lips create a smaller circle than Dhamma, or with the lengthening word, med letter, Waw. So you have to first do the smaller circle, right? And then you go to the bigger circle, which is for the Dhamma after it. So it's like a bit like this. When I'm saying it, you will see. So look, Woo, 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 woo. Notice it's only a slight difference, just enough to get the pressure for Waw, and then let go of the pressure on the lips. Woo, 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 okay. Woo, woo, woo. Same goes for Ya. Ye, 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 ye. It's the same place. I'm just letting go a little bit and letting go of the pressure on the tongue and focusing the pressure onto the empty space. It's important for this one that you note that the tongue doesn't move much. Don't try to move the tongue to a kasra position, because it's already in the kasra position, because the Ya is the kasra position. E, E. So all that changes is that you move your tongue upwards a little bit. Ye, ye, ye. Don't do ye, ye. Don't try to make a change, because also what that would lead to is that you go back to your old self. You go back to your old ways, and what you do is you start raising. You start raising the back of the tongue for Ya, because you want to make it different and more contrasting to the kasra, which is here. Oops. the kasra which is here. So you make the mistake of going back to your old ways and you're going down there. Look, this is what people do. Ye, ye, ye. They smile. Ye, ye. Don't do this. Stay in the same place. The same place right there. Ye, ye, ye. Right? So you have kasra. No, so you have ya. After that, you have ye. Same place, but just a tiny bit lower with less pressure on it. See how that pressure is so much, is really, really high. Ye, ye. Then you let go of that pressure. Ye, ye, ye. Right? That's all it is. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum. There's actually one thing I need to clarify in the terms of the harakat. When you're practicing any letter, let's say you're practicing qaf, right? And then you have a harakat with it. For example, right, dhamma. You must separate these two. You must separate them. Meaning, don't pronounce dhamma at the same time as you're pronouncing qaf. Don't say qu, 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 qu. No, separate them. They have different articulations, so you must separate them. Qaf is qaf, right? From the same articulation of qaf. And dhamma is from the articulation of waw. Okay, waw. So, it's u and qu. Okay? That goes for every letter. Another example that's common to get wrong. Ayn. Ayn and what? Dhamma, for example. Au, u, au, au, au. Not au, 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 au. No. Au, u. From the empty space. Vibrating all those air particles. Right? You can't even see my face actually. Right? Ayn, au, 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 u, au, au. Not au, 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 au. No, au, au, u. You need to change the listening. You should listen to the ayn and then listen to how it sounds when you're getting the empty space for dhamma. U, u. Hear it. Hear the difference. Notice the difference. Feel it. Feel the difference between the ayn, where the pressure is in the back, and the dhamma, where the pressure is in the empty space. Okay? And you also know how it looks. What does it look like? It looks like in the mouth. Right, that's the mouth. Ayn first from here. Then it goes away. Then pressure is over here. Right? Right, so the pressure changes.